Is fatphobia and judgment what men deal with in gay bars? Chicago resident and TikToker Ziggy Tyler recently shared a video that has struck a chord with people across social media. In the video, Tyler tells viewers that he's worked up the nerve to go to a gay bar by himself for the very first time, and he's very excited. The video cuts to a close-up of him drinking a cocktail and looking around nervously. Tyler says that people have been giving him dirty looks, but despite that, he's spotted a cute guy he wants to approach and talk to. He decides to go for it. From there, the video cuts to Tyler, now outside the club, visibly crying while walking down the street. It's truly a heartbreaking video that anyone who's ever put themselves out there only to be rejected or who's felt judged for their appearance can identify with. We'll show it to you. Watch this.
I worked up the courage to go to a bar by myself for the first time. I'm very excited. People keep giving me dirty looks, but there's a cute guy I want to say hi to.
I didn't even finish my drink. I just straight up left. Because I walked up to this dude that I thought was cute. And I was trying to say hi. He said I was too fucking fat to try to be flirting with people. So I just left instead. So definitely not gonna be doing that by myself again.
I haven't been to Chicago. I have not necessarily heard great things about the bar community there, especially if you are not white. And that is one of the points that gentleman has brought up on his social media, that as a larger brown person, it's very difficult for him to socialize. I tell him come to South Florida because I can walk in any bar down here and have a good time. Even the ones I don't necessarily like, I still can have a good time.
But there still is a real stigma, I think. I mean, I know someone who calls them the fats. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So it's it's a real thing that we need to get over.
And I worry, it's not unique to Chicago, certainly, right? So I mean that this is a pandemic. That is that fatphobia, that all sorts of racism and transphobia, all forms of hatred exist within the gay community, the LGBTQ community broadly, and that we got to do better.
And it really does not speak highly of gay culture on the whole. It's really very sad, and I hope he does find Mr. Right.
Let's say his name again, Ziggy Tyler. We're reporting you on Queer News tonight, and there's a reason. You're completely worthwhile, and you cannot forget that for a second. One of the things that's very disappointing to me in watching this video is we report so many stories. We've reported over 3,000 stories at Queer News tonight. And one of the top stories that we report against the other side, if there is another side, Republicans, the Trumpsters, et cetera, and so on, is that we want respect and we want equality and we want to be treated fairly. And this issue in terms of race in our own community, our reach out in terms of how we deal with trans, how privileged white gay men deal with lesbians, and this issue in terms of body positivity and body image is a very poor reflection on the LGBTQ community. At a time when we're asking for more from the broad community.
Yes.
It is hypocritical and a contradiction. And it's something that we need to talk a lot more about in our community.
Be best, Al. Be best.
Yeah. LGBTQ plus news is vital for our community and for the broader world as a whole. We have enough enemies at Fox News. Tucker, Sean, and Laura are loud. We need passionate allies. Happening Out Television Network, Queer News Tonight, and It's Happening Out are literally out of the closet and into the headlines. Our community needs your support. Like this broadcast and subscribe now to ensure the growth of the entire LGBT